Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, and it may not be overly clear to folks who are not really aware of what's going on down in Phuket specifically, but we're talking about red cards and yellow cards in the context of Thai immigration. Let me get into what we're talking about. I'm going to quote directly from the Phuket News. That's thephuket.news.com. Article is titled, quote unquote, red card system launched for, quote unquote, bad foreigners in Phuket. And yet again, the Phuket News just did an excellent job on reporting on this. Phuket News, when I do kind of read what they're talking about down there, I'm very impressed with specifically their reporting on things. And you know, Bangkok Post just as good. Pattaya Mail can be very good as well. Chiang Rai Times. There's different publications that are very good. I don't oftentimes focus on Phuket. Phuket, we're based up here primarily in the Bangkok area, and then we sort of deal with the Eastern Corridor, maybe, you know, kind of the Hua Hin, maybe even up to Chiang Mai and out into Isan, we handle stuff out there. Phuket's just a ways away. We just don't really interact with Phuket immigration very often. More and more we are. We do have clients that are down there and request assistance from us down there, but like on a day-to-day basis, I'm not overly worried about Phuket. A lot of folks via comments and just talking to me have been asking me about this. I was kind of delaying talking about it because I was kind of hoping it would go away, honestly, but no, it doesn't appear to be going away. So what are we talking about here? Again, I'm going to quote directly from thephuket.news.com, quote, Police Major General Prapansak Prasansuk, commander of the Immigration Region 6 office, which oversees immigration affairs in Phuket, announced the new system at a press conference today, March 1. Quoting further, under the system, a foreigner will be designated a quote-unquote yellow card for a first offense. The foreigner will be issued a formal warning, and the relevant embassy will be notified, Major General Prapansak said. After the foreigner completed the current stay and left the country, the foreigner will be denied permission to stay in Thailand for the next visit on the basis that the foreigner had conducted an unlawful act that, quote, caused trouble and behaved in a bad way that is a threat to society, unquote. Now, let me go ahead. This is me talking now. I'll get back into this and do further analysis, but let's start off. What does a yellow card mean? Apparently, based on what's being reported here, and I think the Phuket News is a very reliable source, Thai immigration in Phuket, if you are caught engaging in some sort of minor offense, and we'll get into sort of the nuts and bolts of that a little later in this video, and even in later videos. I think I'm going to do another one or two doing a deep dive into this because there's a lot of immigration law implications here. But let's talk about the practicalities to start with. It looks like if you get a yellow card, okay, you'll be cited for that and you'll be allowed to basically remain in Thailand for the remainder of your stay. But when you leave, you're not going to be able to return, again, because, quote, conducted an unlawful act that, quote, caused trouble and behaved in a way that is a threat to society, unquote. So, and I don't know what that means. Is that a blacklisting forever? Is that just a one-off, you know, that's a 90-day, you're not going to be able to come back in? Is it a year? That remains unclear. Quoting further, if a foreigner is found guilty of a second offense during the same period of stay, the foreigner will have the permit to stay in Thailand revoked and will be sent back to their home country, Major General Prapansak said. Quoting further, however, critical to the policy announced today, Major General Prapansak did not define exactly what level of or type of crime or quote-unquote unlawful act would be considered for a first or second offense. Quoting further, of note, the types of offenses mentioned at the press conference focused on traffic violations such as not wearing a helmet while riding a motorbike, not having the proper driver's license, and dangerous driving. So it appears that this is sort of related to driving offenses, primarily, or one aspect of this seems to be related to driving offenses. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into this in this video. I'm going to make another one on this where I do the analysis, diving deep into immigration discretion regarding these types of matters. But let me just say, suffice it to say, Immigration has a lot of discretion with regard to matters pertaining to public health and safety, as well as threats to national security. So, and what they deem to be such a threat, it's pretty fluid. It's pretty fluid. By any plain language reading of the act, it's clear immigration authorities in Thailand have a great deal of power and discretion when it comes to issues pertaining to foreigners, especially where foreigners might be breaking law, even a minor law in Thailand. So exactly how this is going to play out remains to be seen. It always seems like these kinds of things get promulgated as we're going into quote unquote low season, and then they just kind of build to a fever pitch in the press. I don't think it ever does much good for the country as a whole, especially in terms of the tourism sector, because people, reading about Thailand and things may pick up on this and say, oh my gosh, I could get kicked out of the country forever if I'm riding around on a motorbike without a helmet on, And that may or may not be the case. I don't think that's really going to be the case as a practical matter on a day-to-day basis, but you may see cases where, that does in fact, happen to someone. Again, we'll keep you updated on this channel as the situation evolves, but for now, especially if you're in Phuket, be aware this red card, yellow card policy appears to be in place.